What's up, fertility fam? How are you? I'm on the struggle bus over here. Let me tell you, I'm sipping on bone broth. The AC is blowing, but I'm still warm. But we're gonna get to my protocol for FUT number 3. Okay, here we go. First, I want to give a little background because I know some of you guys have commented that you are not familiar with the IVF process or haven't done an FET. So I just want to talk through like the basics of a cycle, and then we'll talk about what we changed during my cycle. Okay, so day 1 of your period, you're going to call the RE and say, my cycle has started. Now, what is day 1? Day 1 is the first day of a full bleed. So in fertility world, what that means is it has to start before 11 a.m. if it's at least at my clinic. Most of them want a full day, but the cutoff may be different. But if it starts at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 9 o'clock in the evening, that is not considered day 1. The next day, the first full bleed is day 1. So you call, you say, hey, it's day 1, and then typically you'll go in for your baseline on cycle day 3. The range is between 2 and 4. I've gone in on each of those days in various cycles between IUI, egg retrieval, and frozen embryo transfer. So you go in on that day, and what they mean when they say baseline is they want to make sure you're at baseline, like your body is ready to start either stimming or start for retrieval. So they want to see that there's like no cyst, your estrogen isn't too high, nothing is abnormal. So they're checking estrogen, they're checking progesterone, they're obviously checking HCG. They want to make sure you're not pregnant. And I know you're thinking, oh, if I'm having my period, how can I be pregnant? People think they're having their period and they're pregnant. So they just want to check for all that. When you're doing a retrieval, they check for FSH. And they actually may check for it. I think they checked for it when I was doing my own. It was the same because I did it all in one cycle. I did my retrieval and I had a fresh transfer. So they did check my FSH. For me, it doesn't matter because I'm doing donor eggs and because I'm just doing a transfer. And they're gonna take over my system at that point anyway, so it doesn't matter. So you also go in and they do an ultrasound, so they're looking at your uterine lining, making sure that it is diminishing, right? So it should be a lower number, like a 4, 3, 2, somewhere around there. And then they check your left and right ovaries to make sure that they're quiet, meaning there's not like a dominant follicle already or something crazy going on. And that, I can't remember, I think they want them less than, I think it's less, oh my God, it's been so long, I don't remember. I want to say less than 10, anything less than 10 they're okay with. And yeah, I think it's less, it's been a minute. Anyway, they want to make sure it's quiet. Your clinic will tell you what quiet means. So they check your right and your left ovaries, they look for anything abnormal. They get your blood, you know, after your blood draw, they get your blood work that afternoon, and then they'll call you and say, you're clear to go, start your meds. So you would have ordered your meds ahead of time. So for me, for the first 2 cycles, actually all of them, I started, so I went in for, because I'm saying all of them because I've had 3 frozen embryo transfers now, and I've had 1 mock, which is just mimicking the frozen embryo transfer. So on day 3, I've been cleared, I've been at baseline, so they told me to start my meds. So that evening, I started my S-Trace, 2 milligrams, just 1 pill that day. Then the next day, cycle day 4, I would take 2 pills, so I'd have 4 milligrams. So that has been the same for each of the cycles. When we did, I just have my little notes, so I'm looking down. So basically, in those, I would take them, it would be 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., so they're 12 hours apart. That for 6 days, so cycle day 4 through cycle day 10, I was doing that, 4 milligrams of S-Trace. Then on cycle day 11, S-Trace goes up to 6, so I do it 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 8 p.m. Then cycle day 12, I go in for an ultrasound. So basically they're checking my lining. They want it to be, I believe it's at least 7.5, and they're checking my blood work. They want to see what my estrogen level is looking like. And again, I'm all medicated, so they're controlling this. If everything looks good, then on cycle day 17, I would start my progesterone and oil injections. And the way those injections go, the very first day I take 0.5 milliliters in the morning, and they give me an exact time to take it, and then I take a whole milliliter in the evening, and they ask you to take it consistently. So if I pick 8 p.m., then it's 8 p.m. for the, you know, from here on out, as long as I'm taking progesterone. And then on cycle day 23, I do the transfer. So that is exactly how it was for cycle day, I'm sorry, for FET 1 and FET, was it, oh no, I'm mixing them up. FET 1 and the mock transfer. Oh, you know what, that's not right. I'm sorry guys, the very first cycle, FET number 1, I did not start my progesterone oil until cycle day 18. And so, so FET number 1 and the mock transfer, I started them on cycle day 18. Then based on the ERA, endometrial receptivity array, they determined I needed another day of progesterone. So then I started on cycle day 17. So it was 6 days before transfer. So yeah, it was 6 days before transfer. That was what we did in cycle 2, which unfortunately did not work out. In FET 2, sorry, I'm confusing. I had FET 1, it didn't work. Then I had a mock transfer where we did all the same meds, and we did a biopsy of the ERA and the Receptiva DX. Based on that, we changed my progesterone. So for FET number 2, which I keep calling cycle 2, that is when we added an extra day of progesterone. So basically, it was the same. And then, as you know, unfortunately, FET number 2 didn't work. So I called the doctor and I was like, what can we change? What can we do differently? And it was the timing was a little bit weird because I had already started the cycle, and I think there was a miscommunication between the coordinator and Dr. McConnell, because they set my appointment for the 9th, and my my transfer was the 13th, so that was going to be too late to make any changes. So she called me, and what we agreed to change was Medrol. And so this time on cycle day 17, when I started my PIO in the morning, so I was told to take the 0.5 milliliter morning PIO at 11 o'clock exactly, and then I was told to add Medrol 16 milligrams at exactly 11 o'clock, and I was going to take it for 4 days. So cycle day 17, 18, 19, and 20, I took the 16 milligrams. Medrol is basically, it's in the corticosteroid family. It's like a, hang on, I have a note. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Sorry if I'm a little scattered. The girls were barking like crazy and they're in the room now. I think I'm just kind of nervous that they're gonna start barking, but you guys know I have puppies. So, okay, so Medrol is the brand name for methylprednisone, and it, like I said, it belongs to a group of medications called corticosteroids. Corticosteroids are hormones that are produced naturally in our body and necessary for many important bodily functions. Basically, the reason I'm getting it in the IVF protocol is to reduce inflammation. Is to reduce inflammation, and it could potentially address NK cells, although I haven't been tested for that. Dr. McConnell wanted to not be too aggressive but have something in there just in case. So it would reduce any inflammation that might prevent implantation, and so that is why we added that. We know I have very bad allergies. We know I have a lot of inflammation from the allergies. At least I know now. I didn't realize like how congested I was before I started going to the immunologist. So anyway, that is basically what we changed. Also, on the day of the FET, I took a, oh my God, what is it called? Klonopin. I took a Klonopin. I actually ended up taking 2 because I worked a little bit in the morning, and it didn't kick in. Well, it probably did offset like whatever happened on this crazy morning call I had. But then, so then I went to get an acumassage before right before the treatment. Then I walked over to Columbia, and I was still not feeling like I wasn't feeling as relaxed as I thought I would normally feel on Klonopin, so I took another one on my way over there. And so by the time it was time for the transfer, I was feeling no pain. And the Klonopin also relaxes smooth muscle, similar to the way that Valium does, but it also reduces anxiety, and it doesn't make you drowsy. It doesn't make me drowsy. Some people may be drowsy. So that was also a change. And then I just relaxed after that. I actually went to acupuncture with Dr. Clara immediately after my transfer, and then the next day I did nothing. I had the day off from work. I didn't go to any massages. I didn't have a vacation. I stayed home with the puppies and hung out. I think it rained even, but yeah, we just hung out and chillaxed and watched movies. And a lot of the ladies had hit me up on Instagram about like playlist and everything else of Netflix and just chill. So I just relaxed, and then the day after that I had more spa treatment. So I went to the spa. I went, got my nails done. I got my eyebrows microbladed. I got what was it? It was a fusion massage. It was a fusion massage. Yeah, I had that, and then I went back and got another round of acupuncture. So that was 2 days after transfer. So I had acupuncture before and after on the day of transfer, and then 2 days after I also had acupuncture, a massage, pedicure, manicure, all that fun stuff. Although I don't think the pedicure, manicure helps with the transfer. It was just like a day of relaxation, off of my phone, off of social media, because obviously, you know, when you're getting massage, you can't be on your phone. When you're getting acupuncture, you can't be on your phone. When you're getting your nails done, you can't be on your phone. And when I got my feet done, I just chose to lay there quietly. So the fusion massage was interesting. It was my first time having that. I usually get the flow, and it worked through a lot of muscles. I'm still having like this tension up here. I'm more aware of when it's happening, but it's still there. And so like she did this like kneading in there, and it was amazing. So that was good. I felt relaxed. And then I am going tomorrow to get a facial. I'm doing, what is it? The first one is, reflexology, where they work with the feet, right? I'm gonna do reflexology, then I'm getting a facial, and then I'm getting my famous, beloved flow. Oh no, I lie. I'm getting a body scrub and a massage. I changed it from a flow. I was gonna get a flow. I'm getting a body scrub and a massage. So hopefully that helps. Today I've done nothing. I'm just talking to you guys. So it's been like the day of the transfer I had treatments, the day after I had nothing, the day after that I had some more treatments, and then today I'm just relaxing, and then tomorrow I'll have more, and that gets us, I think, like today, is today 7 days after? I don't remember. Anyway, we won't get into all that. So yeah, that is what I did differently. I didn't go on a vacation before the transfer. I didn't go on a vacation after the transfer. I've done a lot of relaxing and a lot of just in-town self-care and nothingness, just watching movies and enjoying and eating really good food. I'm having bone broth here. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks for joining me. Sorry it took me so long to get the differences of the protocol out. I've just been focused on me, focused on being, focused on manifesting my baby. So I know you guys understand, but I do like to be a woman of my word. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Baby does to us all.